Deja vu of Iraq war lies as Mike Pompeo blames Iran for tanker attack without single shred of evidence. Secretary Pompeo gives zero proof but insists that Iran is responsible for ship attacks in Gulf of Oman. Lies, lies, and more lies to make a case for war.
Here's a summary of the article.
In a press conference that immediately evoked memories of the lead-up to the 2003 invasion of Iraq, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on Thursday claimed Iran was behind alleged attacks on 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman without presenting one single shred of evidence. After asserting Iran was also behind a litany of attacks prior to Thursday's tanker incident once again without presenting any evidence, Pompeo said that, taken as a whole, these unprovoked attacks present a clear threat to international peace and security. He's long been actively campaigning for a confrontation with Iran. He has a track record of pushing bogus theories with no evidence, such as the idea that Iran collaborates closely with al-Qaeda. Once again, Pompeo is not waiting for the evidence to come in, Rainwater said. He is picking facts to suit his campaign for confrontation with Iran. Secretary Pompeo gives zero proof but insists that Iran is responsible for ship attacks in Gulf of Oman this morning, Benjamin tweeted. Sec Pompeo builds his case for attacking Iran by accusing Iran of sabotaging oil tankers. As Common Dreams reported earlier, critics warned that the timing and target of the tanker attacks on Thursday suggests they could have been a deliberate effort to maneuver the U.S. into a war with Iran.
This post received a score of 22,323, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I'm one of those people not at all unique in Washington who has contacts and friends all over the political spectrum, including in the Trump administration. After work and over drinks, they like to vent. What they are telling me privately is what other Washington insiders are telling the conservative press. The White House, and especially the National Security Council, are in disarray. And Bolton will soon be fired. Trump said just a week ago that he was willing to begin talks with the Iranians with no preconditions. This was a major softening of U.S. policy toward Iran, and it immediately drew Bolton's ire. The New York Times pointed out that the policy directly overruled a longtime goal of National Security Advisor
John Kiriakou is the only man to go to jail for the CIA torture, and that is because he exposed it.
Not quite true. CIA contractor David Passaro was sentenced to 8 years for the death, as a result of torture, of a prisoner named Abdul Wali in the months after the invasion of Afghanistan. I read about this in a book titled Directorate S about the war in Afghanistan and the relationship between the CIA and Directorate S within Pakistani ISI. The CIA tortured this totally innocent kid to death and only one cunt got in trouble for it.
Greater than the CIA tortured this totally innocent kid to death and only one cunt got in trouble for it. How much do you want to bet that the one guy who took the fall is also the one guy threatening to report it?
And it definitely wasn't the guy who gave the order. Just to see both sides, I headed over to T_D and Conservative to see the Republican side of this, and wouldn't you know it, they're entirely against the idea of war with Iran too. Literally no one, left or right, wants this war, no one these answering your false drums for war, no one is falling for another Maine, Lusitania, Tonkin, WMD.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, you can't get fooled again.
Dodger's shoe.
No way in hell Trump would've dodged that shoe.
He can dodge a draft like a champ.
But Bone Spurs give a -5 to reflex checks.
Yeah, but does he actually have them?
Good point, but then again a gut full of KFC is a -10.
If this actually happens, Iran is a completely different beast compared to Iraq, and they won't have the backing of France, the UK, etc. It's going to be a logistics nightmare, and no one wants to go fight there for a stupid reason either. These people, Pompeo, Bolton, are playing with people's lives for dollars, and it's fucking sickening.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.